All right, welcome to this team call where we're going to talk about the launch of Dig Deeper. As you guys know, I've been in the Dig Deeper test group with Sean T for 11 weeks now, and the transformation photos that I've shown so far were my 60-day photos, so 2/3 of the way through. And so, what I really want to do with this call is we gathered some questions from the team. And I know you guys might have a couple questions about what I'm doing for the launch. So, as I'm just kind of sharing the ideas and the structure and the things that I've done, I want you to don't be afraid to pause me and say, like, okay, what about this? Or how does that work? Or what are you doing in this case? So that we can help make sure that you have a successful launch with the program as well. As I talk about it, like, yes, I've been talking about the program for 11 weeks in some way or form, like in my Instagram stories, sharing, every day I'm like, okay, it's week 2, day 3. Okay, I'm at week, 4, day 1. And I've been talking about it for a while now. So one could see that and be like, wow, I'm behind. And I share this because I've been like this before. You could have this feeling of like, I'm behind the boat, like I'm behind where I should be. Like I haven't talked about it at all, and the launch is in 5 days. And so the first thing I want you to know is the things that we talk about today. You can launch a program at any time. Like the official launch date for the program is December 19th. That's when your customers, any partners can order the program. Um, but like, let's say you you could pretend the launch date for you, if you haven't talked to anybody about it yet, is, December 26th, the day after Christmas, and you want to start the program on January 1st or January 8th or whatever that might be. So don't ever feel like you're behind. Like you could launch the program for February if you feel that far behind, or if you feel like you want to buy the program on December 19th, have a full month with it and talk about it and then launch it for your business. You could do that at any point. So I want to make sure you don't ever feel like you're behind in this business or in a launch of anything as I share kind of what I've done. So like I said, I'm 11 weeks in. And so next week will be my last week of the program. Um, One of the questions that came up when I was meeting with some of our leaders earlier this week was the question of, when are you starting the program? Like, you as the coach and the leader who's launching this program, hoping to bring on some customers, maybe some partners on your team to do this with you. That was the question. It was like, when are you starting to plan? Because I told them I'm starting my group on January 1st, which is New Year's Day. Most of my audience are not drinkers, so they're not going to wake up hungover, but they are going to stay up late. They're going to be with their families. They're going to be spending all day with their family. They probably ate a bunch of junk food and watched movies. And so like January 1st could be a hard start date for them. And I don't want to say don't do hard things, but we're not starting the program with them. This is my plan. On the 1st, we're starting on January 8th. My customers are. And so, but I'm opening the group on January 1st. And that's going to be a prep week. So January 1st through January 7th, I'm going to be making sure they know how to log into their program, making sure they know how to make their shake, when might be a good idea for them to drink their shake during their day and in their meal plan, helping them make sure they understand if they're going to do the to be mindset or the portion fix, and so forth. And that's going to take place that whole week of January 1st through the 7th, with day 1 of January 8th. That way I can really catch and make sure I get everybody that I've been talking to and that buys a package to start. One of my biggest things that I want to do with this program is myself, Tate Cox, Jen Greenberg, Mallory Landry, and Beth all went to Tate's house in Kentucky like a month ago. And I was telling them about the program, about Dig Deeper. And I was like, hey, they're like, what's your honest opinion? And I was like, oh, we're going to do leg day tomorrow so you can see what it's like. But I was like, I love it. It's so hard. Like, hard in the fact of it's challenging. It's a good weightlifting workout. And they're like, well, how long is it? And I was like, well, they're like 45-minute workouts. And then you need to do some sort of steady state cardio every day. And you guys can ask what that is, or I could explain that in a little bit. And, you know, that's like 25 minutes a day. So you got 45 minutes workout plus 25. And they're like, oh, immediately it was like, it's too much. Like it's too much time, too hard. And I was like, well, here's what I'm doing moving forward in my business. And this was me just sharing with them. I was like, I was sitting with Brendan Bouchard at Leadership. I got invited to eat dinner with Lindsay Matway and a couple of her leaders, and Brendan Bouchard showed up at the table. And so he sat with us for 3 hours. And I was asking him this question. I was like, well, he asked the question, like, when like your leaders on your team that built the biggest and strongest teams, like what were their ages? Like what age range? Like, did you build your business? What age are your strongest leaders and your most committed coaches? And I'm like, well, I'm 42 right now. But I really built my business from 29 to 35. And I was like, and I started naming off some of my personal leaders, like Jen Greenberg, same age as me. So we were like 29 to 35-ish. Brigida, exact same age as me, 29 when we started, or she was 30. And I was like, Tate Cox was 28 when he started, 29, you know, in his early 30s now. And I was just listening through all of them. And I was like, he's like, yeah, that's that age where they get through college, they start their career and they realize it's not what they thought it was. And they want to do something else, and they have huge ambition and they want to work and they want to grind and make things happen in their life. And I was like, yeah. And we were saying like the 40-year-olds and the 50-year-olds, it's not that they can't do that or they won't do it, but that's the age that's really like they want to grind, they want to make things happen. Right. And I was like, here's the thing though, like I'm having trouble recruiting. I told Brendan, I'm having trouble recruiting. Like I'm 42 and I'm going to do the best I can. And I'm going to build my business. Like that's a given, but I'm having trouble connecting to these 28 to 35-year-olds that were the majority of my best leaders. Like Aaron's in the same age group as I am. So I'm like, I want to recruit those people. And he's like, you have to be aspirational to them. He's like, they won't look up to you unless you're aspirational to them. And I was like, man, I'm working out at the gym right now. And I can tell you, this is me to Brendan. Like, there's not one guy at the gym that sees me there and is like, that guy's aspirational. There's not one dude there that would ever say that. Like, they would be like, that guy's fit, but they wouldn't be like, that guy is like aspirational. You know what I'm saying? And so I really made a commitment at that point. Like I'm going all in with Dig Deeper. I'm going to dial in my nutrition. Like when I'm at the gym and someone sees me, I want them to be like, that guy is like, whether it's jacked or ripped or athletic, I just want to be that aspiration, right? Where people are like, that's aspirational. And that will go both for your fitness and for your business, like doing aspirational things. And I was like, okay, I'm not aspirational right now. I need to get to that level. So as I was having that conversation with the leaders in Kentucky, I was like, we've gotten way too soft. Like we used to do P90X, and some of those the yoga workout was 90 minutes long. And the majority of us work 40-hour plus weeks and overtime. And we did P90X before we went to work. And sometimes we did P90X yoga, which is 90 minutes like a day, like once a week, right? And they're like, yeah, you're right. And Mallory Landry was like, my biggest growth where I went from, you know, diamond to an elite coach was when I went all on board with Time Nutrition and 80-day obsession. Like they were long ones, they were long workouts. I was obsessed about my nutrition. I was absolutely like ripped for a mom, and people like I was aspirational, and other people that I brought on board worked that hard. So that was the main shift that started to happen with the leadership of this team, and that happened to me. And then the second thing that was huge is Tate brought up this fact. He's like, man, I'm just really struggling because I'm always recruiting. I hit Success Club. I bring people on, come do this block or come do that block or come do this workout. Everybody's doing all these different things. And he's like, I'm not creating incredible results in my clients. Like this is my side business that I'm super passionate about. I should be popping out multiple insane transformations like monthly with my business, and I'm not. And he's like, there's this girl that lives down the street. He's like, she doesn't know who we are, but we follow her. She has like 1 million followers. and she does online fitness and nutrition coaching. And she runs these groups called The Shred. And she opens the group for enrollment. They purchase from her. It's her own program. She's not a partner with Body or any other company. They purchase from her and she closes the group. And if they don't make it, they have to sit and wait in a wait list until she's ready to open her next group. And she focuses those 90 days and she gets those people incredible. It's all she does is work with those people and get them incredible results. She produces all the time incredible results with her clients. And then it's a way, like she's always creating that FOMO, fear of missing out, to get into that next group and get results like they are. So that's kind of why you see me promoting the 90-day shred. Is I decided to do that, and I think that's what Tate's naming his. You can name your group whatever you want, but that's just what I'm calling it. And I'm focusing on recruiting for a 90-day group. And I'm going to just put an insane amount of like attention into I mean, obviously we know we can't make our customers follow their meal plan to the T and work out, but we're going to do the best we can to get incredible results from our clients. And and then my idea is to then run another group in 90 days. Like as I share testimonials, as like they get done with their first month, second month, like I'll be showing them, people be getting excited about it and they can buy it. But the question came up with us is like, what about hitting Success Club monthly if you're not gonna recruit for the next group until 90 days? When someone's ready, like my idea is I'll get them into a total solution package and they can start on lift 4 or lift more and get familiar with Body, get familiar with drinking their Shakeology, figure out which meal plan they want. And then they can come into my 90-day shred group where I'll be like live every single day. I'll be teaching and mentoring at a deeper level. Does that make sense? So that's kind of what I'm going to do with my launch. But this question came up of one of the questions for this Q&A was like, when are you starting as a partner? When are you starting the program? And what some of our leaders decided that they're going to do, and I would suggest to you as well, like let's say you want to wait till January 1st or January 8th to start your program. Like I'm starting day 1 for them January 8th. Let's say I hadn't gone through Dig Deeper yet. I would buy it on December 19th and I would work on the program. I would do it myself for 2 or 3 weeks so that you're familiar with it. And then they join in with you on January 1st or the 8th or whatever it is. The structure of the program, so that you understand why that would work really well, is it's set into collections, the Dig Deeper collections. Think of it like a phase, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. He calls them collections. And each collection is a month long. But it's structured where like every Monday workout is going to be exactly the same. So like right now I'm in collection 3, the build, and Monday is chest. So like every Monday for the 4 weeks is the same chest workout. And then Tuesday is back in abs. And so every Tuesday is going to be the exact same workout. Like you just do the same workout for all 4 weeks of that collection. So if you bought it, let's say on the 19th at the launch, and you started what day is 19th? It's like a Tuesday, right? And let's say you started on Christmas Day, the 25th. And they were going to start January 8th. That would be 2 full weeks. Like you could be 2 weeks into the program. And then when they start on January 8th, you're doing the same workout they are on their day 1. You're just you've done it for 2 weeks longer. Does that make sense? And you can kind of have an idea of what what they're going to be expecting, what they're going to go through and whatnot. So as I shared any of that, do any of you have any questions right now? I've kind of been scattered about what I'm doing, but I want to share a couple other things like how I'm finding prospects or clients, what I'm doing to prepare them for the launch. Like I want to talk about those things, but is there any questions that popped up yet?
Is your group in your main customers, or are you doing a separate side group for only people doing Dig Deeper?
Sorry, I missed the very first part of that. I heard customers.
Because I have just a main group for all my customers. Are you doing it through that, or are you doing a separate side group?
It's going to be a whole separate group that is just open for the people that enroll for my 90-day shred. And
Nice.
that's 90 days and then it closes out.
Nice.
Like I'll still have my virtual gym where all my other customers are doing whatever workout they're currently on and staying on. And if any of them decide to do dig deeper, they can come over and do it in that group as well. And another question, I'm running mine on Facebook. I just get more engagement. So I'm gonna do the 90-day shred on a Facebook group for me
Okay.
personally. Some of the things that I'm doing, kind of the process of what I'm doing right now is I'm going to show you, and I know Shaylee had a question about this, so we'll bring it back up. Give me a second. I got to log in real quick. My kids were on my laptop, so all my windows are closed. You guys might know how that is sometimes. Okay. Okay. I'm in here now. Okay. So I'm using, I'll share the screen just a minute. I just wanted to make sure that I'm in there. Sandra asked a question real quick. Do you run groups using bod groups? I do both. I have a virtual gym for any of my clients on bod groups and on Facebook. So I can, whichever one they prefer, I ask them and they can go into either one. So kind of my process of what I've been doing is, let's just bring it up and I'll show you on my Facebook. Oh, I'm typing fast, so eBay came up, which I don't use, so that's kind of strange. Okay, let me share my screen to my Facebook here. Got some underwear ads over there. Sorry about that, ladies. Okay, let me go to my, I'm gonna go to my like page. I did it on my like page and my normal page. So, how do you go to your profile in here? I always use my phone. Okay, right here. So I'm gonna scroll down here. You can see some of the posts. Like this is one I did for the invite, but I really want to show you the one where I started. I'm gonna scroll back and show it to you. Okay, so this is the post I made, and so you can make something similar to this. And remember, you don't have to do it just once. Like I just did my third one today. I'm looking for people to try the new Shaun T free sample lifting workout before the program launches and provide feedback. True strength training, who is in, right? So I made some sort of thing. And why I suggest doing this is so many people know who Shaun T is. They've done Insanity or heard of Insanity. And like, yes, also for new clients that you've never worked with, possibly ever before. But also people who may have tried it 10 years ago or 12 years ago or however long ago that they did it, you can grab their interest in body or doing something with body/beach body just by bringing up Shaun T's name. That's what I found. I have probably on my list 10 people who have done Beachbody workouts before, some who were actually partners before, like years ago, who are no longer partners, who their partner is no longer doing anything with Beachbody and has moved on, and they're just a person out there that loves Shaun T. And I think there's a lot of people out there, if you get the word out, that you could find them as well. So I'm finding a lot of those people. I'm also getting people who are my former customers who've been disengaged for a while, who loved T25, who loved Insanity, the Asylum, and so forth. And I've also gotten people from my local gym who have seen me like really change over the past the past 60 days. I have 3 guys from the gym who've never done a body workout at all who want to do it with me. So I'm gathering from a big group, both by inviting in person and posts like this. So this is what it looks like. People are commenting like I'm in, and I'll show you what my process is. I then say, hey, I have a sample of a workout I'll send you. Would love the opportunity. Sending you a message. I'm interested in trying. Send a message. I'd be down. Check your inbox. So right, I'm commenting and then I'm sending them a message. And I'll show you what it kind of looks like. Any of these. Let's see if I've never clicked it from here. I always use my phone, so this looks a little different. Oh, it's going into like a meta suite or something. I never use it on my laptop. Let's see if it shows up. Oh, that's shows my Instagram messages too. Okay, that's not going to work. Well, anyway, let me show you what I did. Oh, my kids have my phone. Okay, so anyway, what my message says, can you guys see my little dashboard right here for this other system right now? Okay, I'll show you that in just a minute. But what my message basically said, I said I want them to sample a workout. But what I did is I created a form, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. I created a form that says, like I wrote a little, I put a picture of Shanti looking jacked. I'm just going to show it to you. This is going to be easier. And then I know Shaylee has a question about this. I created this form. This is new to me. I use this thing called Rule Your Business. But you could do this to answer Shaylee's question that she asked me right before we got started. You could use like just a Google form, like on Google Drive, you can create forms like questionnaires and forms. And when they answer the questions, it goes into a spreadsheet. And then you have their name, email, phone number, and the answers to any questions that you created on that form. And so I'm just going to show you what my form looks like for them to fill out. It's called 90 Day Shred. And it looks like this. It says, are you ready to take your life to the next level? So these people that commented, I want to try the sample, or I'd like to, I sent them this link. I said, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to fill out this form on the link that I'm going to send you, and I will email you the sample. But here's what the form says. Like, I'm setting some standards like from the start. It says you've gotten, and this is kind of back to the conversation I had with Tate and them at the leadership little get together we did. It says you've gotten soft and it's time to take your life to the next level. If you're going to make excuses, I don't have time, it costs too much, the workouts are too long, etc., then please don't bother filling out this form. And then I put, for the first time in 13 years of coaching others on their health and fitness journey, I'll be running only this 90-day shred group with a few of my friends. If you want in, fill out the form. If you miss the start date, you'll have to wait until March. Fill out this form and you'll be sent the sample workout. Prep week starts January 1st through the 7th with day 1 on January 8th. So they fill this out. And then what happens is I get their email and then it sends them the sample workout on Vimeo, like a link to the sample workout, and they can try the sample. So that's what I'm doing. And I'll just show you how this thing works. I have like an automation setup, but you can do this without this. And I'll walk you through, because I've done lunches before without using an automation like this. So this is what the automation looks like to give you an idea. And when you see this automation, I don't want you to be like, okay, I got to go out and buy MailChimp or Rule Your Business and set up automation. You don't have to do that. Like I said, you could go to Google, create like a questionnaire. When they answer the questions, it comes into you can have it sent to your email. You can have it go to a spreadsheet. You can choose any of that, and all of that's free. You would just have to manually check your email. And when the email comes in that they filled out the form, have a copy, like pre-write an email, copy and paste it and send it to them, right? This just does it automatically. But what mine looks like, I'm just being very straightforward and setting the standard from the beginning. So it sends them an email. It says, you're one step closer to securing your spot in our 90-day shred group. What I want to point out here, something I learned a long time ago in the beginning of my business about even recruiting partners to your team, talk to them as if you already, like they're already committed to doing it. Like, don't, like a lot of times we pre-put excuses for them that they might not even have. So mine says, you're one step closer to securing your spot in the 90-day shred group. You can only be in this group if you are ready to put all excuses behind you and go all in with your nutrition plan, the workouts, and accountability in our group. Step 1 is you must do the sample workout so that you know what to expect. Click here to to access. Step 2, respond to this email and let me know why you should be chosen to be in this 90-day shred group with us. Looking forward to hearing back from you. So a couple of things I want to make note to you that I'm doing about this. And remember this, when you're doing your, however you're launching the program, you don't have to have like an automated system like I have on that. But what I want to point out about that is I'm being very straightforward about the expectations. And it's not like you're begging people to come join your group. It's like, this is what you must do if you want to be a part of the group. Does that make sense? Like just setting the standards of like, like that says in there, like step 1, you have to do the workout. Step 2, you have to reach out to me, send me an email and tell me why you should be chosen to be in this 90-day shred group with us. right? So those are the steps I'm doing on Facebook. I'm gathering interest. Step number one, with posts like that Shaun T one that I showed you. Uh, I've done a couple other ones where I've used a little promo video from like Shaun T. Shaun T's doing a lot of promo videos, so I've used his and put them on my page and asked for the same type of interest. In my stories, I've said comment shred if you're interested in trying the sample workout, and then if they comment shred and it comes into my story, then I'll send them the same thing. I'll say, hey, fill out this form and I'll send you this sample workout. So that's one big thing that I'm doing different, because previously I would say, do you want to do a sample workout? Or I need people to do a sample workout, and they would do it, or I'd send it to them. But I wouldn't gather their email or even plant the seed of like, hey, I'm going to run a group with this if you like it. So I'm doing that from the very beginning. And like I said, you can do that on Google. Have you guys, let me just gauge from you guys have you guys created a form on Google before, like an application or form?
Yes.
Okay. Have you, Sandra? Okay. I have a YouTube video where I say, it's just one short video of 5 minutes, how to create a Google form. So you can ask me individually for that, or put it in the team page or something. I'll click that link to you so you know how to do that. So that's step one, get interest on Facebook. Step number two, gather their email address as you send them the sample workout. Or you could even say, even if you didn't have a form, you could say, could you send me your email address and I'll email you the link to the Vimeo, and you're collecting their emails and getting ready. So the next step after that is I created another like questionnaire, which you could do on Google. And I've done that on Google for 12 years now. And you can, okay, so you have a system, ConvertKit, it collects emails. So you can do the same thing. And then the next step that I do is I have a questionnaire that says, it says like, I have a body, it's like body subscription. I have a membership. I don't have a membership. I used to have a membership, like just has some drop downs. And then it has like, it says like, do you have a body partner? It says, I currently have a partner. You're my partner. I don't have a partner. I used to have a partner, but they're gone, or whatever that might be, right? I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but it's something like that. So I just have a questionnaire. It has their email, if they have a current body subscription, if they have a partner they're working with or not. Then the next one, it says, have you ever used any body supplements? It has a drop down, Shakeology, Energized, Recover, Beach Bars, Collagen. So it has a whole list. And then it says, and then I have like, which supplements do you want to use in the test group? And it says all the same about Shakeology, pre-workout, post-workout. And then it even goes on to say like, and those are all required. And then I have some that are not required that says, if you chose Shakeology, which flavor? And I have a drop down for all the flavors. If you chose Energize, which flavors? If you chose Energize above, which flavor do you want to use? And the reason I'm doing that is so that on launch day, December 19th, because I'll be on vacation. Well, I work when I'm on vacation. I'll be in Salt Lake with my family and Gabby's family. It'll be less work for me to go in, and I have their email. I know if they had a body, if they have a body subscription, I know what supplements they want to use and the flavors. So I can just go in there and make a share a cart versus on the December 19th saying, hey, it's launch day, back and forth texting all day. What flavor of Shakeology do you want? And do you want Energized? Does that make sense? I just want it all clean for on launch day. I can just go through and create share carts for each of those people that are in there. So those are the steps I've made so far. And if you're using a thing like you're using ConvertKit, or you have gathered the emails and you have them in a spreadsheet, or using the free version of MailChimp, or I mean, you could even have them create a free Team Beachbody account if they've never been a part of your groups before. And so you have their email that way, and then you can send it through your Coach Online office, like just track on a spreadsheet. These are my prospects, and you have their email, and you can get that set up that way, whichever works best for you. But that's what I'm doing so far, and that's what's worked for me. So any questions? I know we're going to do like 30 minutes, and I just realized it's 7:40. So Do you guys have any questions from what I shared there? Did I answer your question, Shaylee, that you kind of asked before?
Yeah, that you collect it through the Google form
Yeah,
and
you
then you
just,
just email um, one by one. But then you have some kind of follow-up emails too, so that you're right, so that it's not just the first email.
yeah.
They're supposed to email you back and then it's going to have another follow-up form for the flavors and all of that.
Yeah, so mine does that automatically.
Okay.
But if you didn't have an automatic system, let's say you collected with a Google form, it will go into a spreadsheet for you. Then what I would do is just in your calendar for planning out, let's say you
Yeah.
selected some emails, I would be like December 18th, the day before, or the 17th. You just take all their emails and you send just a copy pasted with a form
Yeah.
and send it to them and just do it manually.
When you send it through the bod or body, it only does 500 at a time, right? So is
Yeah,
that
only
correct?
100.
Huh?
Only if you do it through the body email, only 100.
Oh, I thought it said 500 when I did it.
Yeah, I
It
think.
let me 500, but I don't know if it was because I don't know the difference, but I'm just asking
Oh,
for
no,
you.
no. I know what you mean. I think I have your answer now. You can click send to your body customers, let's say, and you can send it through your own email system. It will pull 100 emails in and you can send to 100, but it might be a 500 or whatever the number is that I don't know, where you send through body's email system,
Oh,
which it works, but I don't love it because you can't put pictures and stuff in there.
mm.
So we'll get there one day.
Yeah, so
Mm.
if you use your body email or your personal email through body, then it's only 100. But if you use your body email, which is still your personal email, I I can send it to all of my I have like
All of them.
thousands of customers and stuff, and I can send it all to all of them in one shot.
Okay.
Whoa.
There's no limit then.
Yeah.
Well, my email that's attached to my body is like full, and I've tried to delete it and clean it out and things. So then I got a new email. Is there a way to change the email that it sends from?
You would have
Or
to talk to support. I know I've had I don't know about coach accounts, but I know
okay.
I've had customers that signed up with their work email and then they're no longer with that job and they don't have that email and they've had to
Talk.
contact customer service and change it, but I don't know on the partner end how that works or if it's possible.
Well, I'll look at that.
Yeah, cool.
Hey,
And
well,
then,
thank you.
yeah, and remember, if you feel like you're behind, there's no reason to feel like you're behind ever. Like you can totally launch it from now until December 31st and you have a full 2 weeks to gather interest. Like all the work I've done right now in that first initial post to get interest, building my forms, collecting email addresses, getting it sent to them has only taken like the past 2 weeks. So you could
Okay.
technically start today till the 31st and have people buy packages by then, and then start a prep week on the 1st and start on the 8th or whatever date you choose, right?
Yeah.
So, yep. And the same thing
And
would be like my next group in the 90 days after, it'll be like totally relaunching again. I'll just have testimonials from our group that I'll share on social media, be gathering interest, collecting emails, right? And then getting them ready and prepped for the next one.
And what I'm doing is, so I'm also starting prep week on the 1st and officially starting on the 8th, but I'm still gonna let like those stragglers in on prep week, like who want to purchase that first week of January, because one, it will help me hit Success Club that month.
Yeah.
And two, like I'm such a procrastinator. And once I see like somebody be like, "Hey, we've started," like da 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 da, you know what I mean? So the 8th is definitely the cutoff, like even the 7th, but that first week of January, like I'm gonna let those stragglers in, just
Yeah.
something to think about for those who are like wanting to hit Success Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the overall big vision for it as well, just from Tate and I having that conversation and with Beth and Mallory there, was to create incredible transformations again. Um, those are going to be like our best coaches our best coaches are people that fell in love with the programs and absolutely crushed it. And and did hard things and were willing to do hard things and to sacrifice time to get their workout and do their nutrition and all of that. So my goal with it is to make it easier as well for our weekly or every third week sneak peeks as well, to be inviting these customers as they get incredible results to the sneak peek, and then working with them as they sign up to recruit for the next 90-day shred. And my apprenticeship will be taking my 90-day shred people with results that become partners and having them invite their friends to the next 90-day shred. It's not like, let's hit Success Club, let's get to Emerald. It's going to be like, no, who's going to be in the next 90-day shred with you that saw you transform? Does that make sense? That's kind of my thinking going into this, like the year of 2024, is just having that system of rolling 90-day groups and bringing on customers who become incredible results and become coaches. And it's not like hit Success Club every month. We'll get to that point. But I feel like all my getting started right calls have been, let's hit Success Club. Let's earn the trip. Let's get the, all of these things. I want to be like, no, you lost 20 pounds and you look jacked and your friends see it. Who do you know that needs to do what you just did? And let's bring them on. And then I'll run info groups like on Facebook with them or Zoom calls to talk about the shred, have them share their testimonial to their friends, right? And then help them invite their friends to that 90-day shred group too.
I love it. I did the 80-day obsession. I got amazing results. I love the time nutrition. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay, awesome. It was great chatting with you guys. And if any questions come up, use that team page.
Thank you.
Hey, see you guys later. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.